Read her body. In the land of the blind, the one-eyed man is king. Erasmus. There is the misguided belief that the spoken word is the predominant form of communication among human beings, when in fact there is another even more powerful form of communication that accounts for up to 60 to 80% of all communication. I am, of course, talking about body language. If only I could read a woman's mind and know what she's thinking, the frustrated man thinks, as once more he's left rattled and confused by the actions of a woman he's trying to seduce. What's going on, he wonders. She tells me she likes me, but she never wants to see me. Women communicate through body language, and if you learn to read the signs, you'll know when a woman is interested in you, and you'll know when she's not. You'll also know when she's attracted to you and when it's time to make your move. Women have always used body language to communicate desire. Men just have a difficult time reading the signals. Consider an interesting piece of research that found that women initiate up to 90% of all seductions. Women do this in such a discreet way, however, that most men believe they're the ones making the first move. Case study number 8. A picture tells 1,000 words. Samantha was in a quiet hotel bar drinking alone when Bill came up and introduced himself. Bill, ever the gentleman, asked Samantha if he could sit down and buy her a drink. Throughout their entire conversation, Bill became increasingly flirtatious, often laying his hand on Samantha's shoulder whenever he made a point or told a joke. Bill was a natural conversationalist. He loved to tell stories and found it easy to make people laugh. Sure enough, Samantha soon found herself laughing at just about everything Bill said. Bill had a feeling Samantha liked him, especially as she kept on telling him how funny he was. What Bill failed to notice, however, was the myriad of nonverbal cues Samantha kept sending his way. Despite the fact that Samantha was looking directly at Bill and smiling, her body told an entirely different story. The moment Bill sat down, Samantha grabbed her purse and crossed her arms. At no point during their conversation did she turn her body to face him. She even kept her legs crossed, pointing her feet away from him. As Bill continued to engage her in conversation, Samantha barely touched her drink and kept her wrists face down on the table. And even though Samantha continued to chit-chat to Bill in a light-hearted way, not once did she touch her hair or touch her body to signal romantic interest. To the casual observer, Samantha's body language screamed, "Please leave me alone." Bill, however, had no idea what Samantha was thinking because he was entirely focused on the sweet and encouraging words flowing from her mouth. Only when Bill finally asked Samantha for her phone number did he discover her true level of interest. 15 minutes later, Bill skulked away from the bar, frustrated and humiliated. What a cock tease, he thought. I bet she loves to lead men on. If only Bill knew how to read body language, he would have saved himself a lot of trouble and preserved his ego in the process. In every seductive encounter, there's a natural process you must follow to build attraction before you can become intimate with a woman. Research into body language found that women use certain nonverbal cues to signal their interest and availability to men. These body language cues can be broken down into 5 distinct steps. Step 1. Eye contact. The woman makes eye contact with the man, letting him know that she's noticed him. Once a woman makes eye contact with you, you're much more likely to get a positive response if you approach her. Step 2. The smile. Also referred to as the invitation. The moment a woman smiles at you, she's letting you know that she likes what she sees and she's inviting you to come and talk to her. Step 3. Communication. A lot of researchers put Step 4, preening, before communication, but in the vast majority of cases, the man talks to the woman right after she's made eye contact or smiled at him. When you approach a woman before she's either seen you or smiled at you, you're playing a numbers game, in which case you should immediately proceed to Step 4. Step 4. Preening. This is the stage where a woman lets you know whether she's attracted to you or not. The woman preens herself to advertise her interest and encourage you to escalate the seduction. The following is a list of preening cues that women frequently use to signal sexual availability and interest. 1. She blushes when talking. 2. She touches her neck and throat. 3. She frequently giggles and laughs. 4. Her breathing becomes deep and heavy. 5. She licks her lips, drawing attention to them. 6. She lets out a soft whimper or nervous laughter. 7. She points her body towards you, especially her knees and her feet. 8. She dangles her shoe from her foot, symbolizing the rhythm of sexual intercourse. 9. She reveals the underside of her wrist in a gesture of submission. 10. She strokes a phallic object, like her finger or a wine glass, to let you know what she's really thinking. 11. She plays with her hair and strokes it, one of the most common indicators of interest. And 12. She drops her gaze and looks at the ground in a gesture of submission. Step 5. Touch. The woman touches you to signal interest and to let you know that she's happy for you to take the interaction further. In the same way that women use body language to signal interest, women also use body language to let men know when they're not interested in being seduced. It's important to understand what these nonverbal cues are so you can avoid wasting your time trying to seduce women who aren't interested. Closed, unreceptive body language is often displayed in one of the following ways. 1. She crosses her legs and arms. 2. She keeps her wrists turned down. 3. She turns her feet and legs away from you. 4. She moves personal objects out of your reach. And 5. She doesn't touch any objects or preen herself. When you pay close attention to a woman's body language, you'll quickly discover how a woman feels about you. You no longer have to try to figure out what she's thinking or feeling. The important thing to remember here is that female communication is covert as opposed to overt. A woman will rarely tell you that she likes you and wants to date you. This doesn't mean a woman won't signal her interest or availability. When a woman's attracted to you, she'll let you know by displaying what are, to her, obvious signs of interest. Understanding how a woman communicates her interest is a crucial part of the seduction process. What does her body language tell you? Is her body language open or closed? Are her toes pointing towards you or away from you? A woman that's interested in you will make herself available to you. She'll communicate her interest through her body language and her actions. Besides a woman's body language, there are even more subtle signs of interest that you must be aware of. For instance, has the woman suddenly started wearing lipstick or perfume? Does she come and sit close to you? Does she frequent the same places you frequent? You only need to be aware of such coincidences to realize that most women go out of their way to make themselves available to men they find attractive.